Okay, my phone just cut out recording because I have too many apps and I ran out of storage space, so I had to go delete some, but now I can at least finish this video. And okay, so this is really exciting. This is the compassion stations. So for this week only, we are not doing our normal application stations and Bible memory things. We will work on those at midweek. But we are going to have 4 stations. So we'll have 4 groups and kids are going to rotate. Each station will be about 15 minutes on the clock, and then we'll wrap it up and rotate very quickly so that we can get through everything. So the first station will almost be like they're at a compassion center and they're learning how to do a life skill. So a cooking lesson, in fact. So we have brought in an expert, and Miss Eunice will be teaching the kids how to make a tortilla. They're going to get to use their own masa and mash it, and we're going to use the griddles for them to cook their own tortilla. And we have some pictures of what happens there. The second activity is more of a sensory exploration of Guatemala. I'm so excited. They're going to get to taste black beans on a tortilla chip, taste some plantain chips. They're going to get to smell some spices like cilantro, cardamom, and coffee. They're going to get to see some pictures that we have from Pastor John's trip to Guatemala, as well as just other places we found pictures of the site and the centers in Guatemala and people doing normal everyday Guatemalan things. We have a map and a fact sheet, one for each kid to take home. And then, I don't know if you know this, because I just learned this week, but Pastor John has a ton of stuff from Guatemala. He's been there 13 times, and so whether he's been gifted things or purchased things in the market, he's got quite a collection. So we've got some woven purses and wallets and a journal, a little doll, a jewelry box with some embroidery on the top. And we also will have a molcajete and some chilies that they can crush. I think they'll like that. So we can spend some time just talking about that. And then also when they're in that station, it's just, again, a really good time to let them know about like life in a compassion center, anything else that we can add to that time. Then we have a weaving station. So weaving is a really common thing that a lot of people do actually for their job. They weave their fabric and they make all of their clothes. You'll see in the pictures, they wear just these beautiful garments. And so we're going to do a paper weaving. So the way they do that is they'll have strips of paper and we have pre-cut for you like the weaving mat. And then the kids will just weave over, under on the strips of paper until they fill it up. It shouldn't take too much explanation to show the pictures of the weaving and then show how to do it. It's probably something they've done in school. So I thought this would be a really good time to sneak in some small group questions. So there's a whole list of questions. There's too many questions. So just pick a couple that you like or help get discussion going among the kids. And they center on the lesson. So back to the Good Samaritan, back to what Jesus was trying to teach the people through this story. And then even really some application questions like, how could you show compassion this week to the people in your class or school or in your home? And maybe did you ever experience someone showing you compassion? So hopefully you can have some really good conversation during that station. And then there will be our generosity station. I'll go ahead and lead that station. So if you are there with your group of kids, because we'll have some people running a station and some people traveling to all the stations with the same group of kids, similar to what we did at High Five. So I'm going to explain the Compassion Project that our kids get to be a part of. I'm going to explain that with their family, they're going to decide and figure out some ways to share some of the money that God provides to them or their family, or helps them to earn with their time and their talents, or maybe even selling off some of their treasures that they're done with. So I'm going to have kids brainstorm items that a church or a compassion center might need. We're going to talk through sort of the save, spend, and share philosophy. So we know God gives us all kinds of things, right? And what should we do with the extras? Kind of like if we have this big giant cake, I could spend some, I could eat some and enjoy it. That's part of why God gives me money and things. I could save some for later because I don't know about you, but I love cake for breakfast. And then I could share some. I could share some of my extra that I'll never be able to eat. So we can think about that and think about what we have, what might a kid save for or spend, and what we share. What do we have that we could share? We're going to then explain that they're going to have the opportunity to share with kids at the compassion centers in Guatemala. We can't send them cake, but we can send them money. And so we're going to brainstorm some ideas of how kids can earn money, because they're not going to go home and say, Mom, I need $20. But we will have a box that they can take home. It's kind of just to serve as a reminder and a bank, a place to put the money that they're planning to bring back and forth to church. We have a note that we want every kid to leave with so that their parents know why they're bringing home a box and why they may suddenly be interested in earning some extra money by doing extra chores or something. So they'll fold the box, decorate the box, foam stickers, markers, that kind of a thing. And then those are our 4 stations. So hopefully that we make that right around the time that we wrap up in the morning. We're going to play some Guatemalan music so they can dance if that's how they want to wrap up. But we want them to be seated during checkout. We have some Guatemalan word puzzles. They're word puzzles about Guatemala. They are not in Spanish. I don't know if we're ready for that. And then I found this really cool, our Compassion posted this on their site. It's like a paper doll. That was like my favorite thing when I was very young. So they can color and cut out the clothes. It's cool. They can see what the clothes that someone might wear too. So at take home, they're going to make sure they take home their box, their fact sheet, their take home sheet if they make one, and then there's something that I didn't say. Box and parent letter, one per family. So we'll hand that out at the door. At the end of the morning, we know we got to do a really great job cleaning up because the Spanish church is coming in. So thank you for your help in that. But just straighten the rows, throw away any left behind treasures or papers or paper airplanes, and spray, vacuum if needed, stack up any unused materials on the counter. Appreciate that and the help in that. I just want to say thank you. I want you to know what you do matters. We are raising tiny disciples, and what you contribute with your time and even just your time watching this and being prepared for the morning makes a difference. It is impacting our church now and the church of 2050, because hopefully all of the kids that we see on Sunday will be there in the future. Well, that is all I can think of to tell you right now. So know that I'm praying for you, and I hope you have a great Saturday, and I look forward to seeing you Sunday. Bye.